Hey guys, Vernier from the Hack Check podcast. I'm extremely excited to announce that we have partnered with Ligum Fight Gear. Ligum Fight Gear is the #1 premium brand for all of your fight gear and fight equipment. Everything from gis to rashies to this hoodie I'm wearing right now, gum guards, shin pads, even treadmills, you name it. Make sure you visit www.ligumfightgear.com. Link is in the description. As a special gift to all of the viewers, I'm giving you 10% off of all of your purchases, big or small. Use the discount code HACKCHECK10 at checkout for 10% off of all of your purchases. That's ligumfightgear.com. HACKCHECK10 is the discount code. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And they were like basically 2.8 million for Conor out of like 120 million. So UFC makes a killing. They don't care if he wins or loses.
They make money.
They make a stack of money, man. But anyways, dude, well done. Welcome. Well done on your recent fight, bro. That's
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, that's something. 10 hours notice, dude.
10
That
hours.
was, and then a weight class above as well. I mean, that was
Yes, sir.
that was insane. What did you make of the fight? I mean, afterwards, you had some time to assess it and look at it, or are you still riding high, just happy that you've got the belt kind of thing?
Now it's just it's I can't still wrap my head around it because it's almost like I'm still starstruck. Like, yo, did I really do that on 10 hours notice? Without the full camp, a bigger guy, and I went out there and just schooled him for 5 rounds and got the belt. Everything is happening so fast at the moment for me. Even though I predicted it, but still, man. I started joining the EFC September last year. In September this year, I fought for a belt. Then I lost. The next month, I get another opportunity to fight for a belt, and I win the belt. So I'm trying to assess it all, but I'm just taking some time off now. I'm just so ease up and just enjoy the ride with this, with this belt and just with my team and my family, and just stay ready and just try and have fun with it now, man.
So you're taking some time off now. Are you then obviously not in talks or anything like that of your next fight and what you want to do? Are you?
Yeah, so I'm just taking time off and just trying to, because I always like to stay active, and my coach know that. Everyone, whoever knows me knows that I want to stay active every single time. I want to fight as much as I can. But after that loss, I was just like, do I really want to go back into a fight game again? But it's just that the competitiveness. I said to myself, I made a small error. I knew I was gonna win that fight. I knew I had him, but it's just a small error I made, and I had to trust myself, and I came back and I bounced back, and that's what I do. I always come back from adversity, and at the moment it's just me enjoying myself. I know there's a lot of guys calling me out and whatever, but they probably see me in the new year. But let's see how it goes. I can say this now, but you never know. They might call me again for December.
10 days notice. Tell me though, because I mean, like, it's obviously very casual now to talk about a 10 hours notice, like it's almost, not like it's nothing, but it's just kind of like it's part of the conversation now. Talk me through that day, dude. Like when I mean, like you say, 125-pound title, a month later, like probably getting ready to see what's happening with 135, maybe looking, to the future, whatever.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you get a phone call from who? Who calls you first?
Ashley calls me
Yeah.
up, and I actually saw. I remember I went to go sleep 3 a.m. in the morning, and I saw the breaking news. Usman is in, Costa's out, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. 10 days, and I go sleep, and 8 a.m. my phone rings, and I'm like, who's this? And I see the number, but I don't see a name. And something, just take it, and I take it. I'm like, hello, and it's Ashley. Terence, sorry to wake you up. Shannon is out, and we wanted you to fly up tonight and fight for the interim belt. And I'm like, oh, let me speak to my coach first.
Yeah.
So I call the coach, and the legend as he is, my coach, first thing he asked me is like, Terence, please don't play with me, man. This is too early for jokes like this. And I'm like, this serious, coach. They want us to fly up and fight tonight and save the card. And he got home. We spoke with the boss man. We spoke with Graham and Cairo, negotiation wise, and told them, yeah, we're ready. We'll take it.
Mm,
and we flew up. Plane got delayed, I think twice or once. And we had some time to study Musa and just saw that he likes to load up on his right hand. He doesn't throw a lot of combination. He's a one punch fighter.
mm,
Looks for power punches and just trying to walk you down the whole time, with no head movement. And so I was like, okay, I kind of see what I can do with it, and getting there, to the air. We got at the airport in Joburg and straight to the hotel, book in, boom, pack our bags, straight to the arena. When we got there, and I felt like a movie star,
really?
because when I got there, Teo and all the guys is just moving people in front of us, move, 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 and we saw Graham, and Graham was like all happy and all smiles, like, thanks, man, thanks for coming and thanks for saving the car. I was like, nah, we're always good for business.
Mm,
And opportunities like this only comes once in a lifetime. So I had to take it, and we did our thing, man. We went out there, and my coach told me before we step in, just have fun,
mm,
be you. But I remember him telling me also, it was a 5 round fight, so he didn't have time to prepare for this one fully. Try and take him out in the first 2 rounds, and
mm,
I was like, okay, I'm gonna try my best to take him out. But every time I hit him, man, that that dude just wobbles and he doesn't want to go down. So
mm,
it shows that these bigger guys in the 135 division, they tough.
mm. How did you feel being at 135?
I felt good, to be honest. I felt good. I felt energized, because there wasn't a lot of pressure on me, and I even said to my coach, the pressure's on him,
Mm,
because he's gotta come beat me. He had the full camp. I'm the dude who is coming off the couch, so you gotta go out there and perform, and show your people that this dude just came in here, and go school him. So he had to do that. So the pressure was on him, but I felt good. I felt energized. I felt my power was also there. I felt I got a lot of, especially in the grappling exchanges. He was a bit heavy, but I just kept moving, and I could feel that I'm threatening him with submissions, and I was like, okay, this is proper.
mm,
This is a proper fight. I had fun in that fight, man. Speaking with my coach while I'm in a bad situation, just him telling me, stay calm, you know
mm.
what to do there, move your hips, and just threaten him a little bit here and there. And yeah, but I felt good at 135. I felt good.
So, like taking punches and stuff like that, did it feel any different? Because I know a lot of fighters say, with the weight cut, um, you know, obviously now we're talking like big weight cuts usually. We saw the TJ Dillashaw when he tried to cut to
Yeah.
125. Taking punches is a little bit tougher when you're at a low, doing the weight cut in a low weight class. Did that feel any different to you at all, or not really?
Not really, because I get punched in the face by by bigger guys at the gym. I got Faiz with me, so we're training together, and I got my boy Butch as well. So they bigger guys naturally, so they
Mm,
heavier than me. So getting punched by them is like, okay, I can take punches from anyone.
mm,
So when he landed a few shots on me, I was like, okay, it's not like, some people be like, oh, he's gonna get punched by a heavier guy, so he's gonna get hurt and stuff. But nah, it was just normal, man. It's
mm.
normal.
Yeah, so it didn't really feel any different
Yeah.
then.
So
Do you walk around sort of close to the 135-pound weight cap, or
yeah, at the moment I'm 64.
okay?
If I'm like reckless, if I'm reckless Terence, I'll be 66, 67,
Mm,
be all chubby. But now I'm just like, just chill,
keep it under
keep
control.
yeah, keep the weight under control. Because when guys get these belts, they tend to just eat, 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 go out and party and just
Mm.
get fat and all that stuff. I was like, nah, stay disciplined to the training, disciplined to my routine, my meditation, coach hours, my stretching, and my breathing workouts, and just keep on training, getting better.
Yeah, stick with the stuff that actually got you there in the
Yes,
first
man.
place. So now it opens up a lot of options for you, man. Because I mean, you had the fight at 125 with Gift. So that's obviously the division that you fought at, and I mean now let's include both, obviously, because you champ at 35.
Mm.
What are you looking at the next sort of next? Do you want to stay at 135? Do you want to go 125? What if you think like, okay, this is the next thing I want to do? Has that crossed your mind yet? What you looking at doing? I know you said you
Yeah.
taking time off and stuff,
Yes.
but
Yes.
like I'm sure you've thought about
Yeah, I did. I
what's
did.
next.
I'm still thinking about it. I heard, Gift wanted to fight Tumelo, so the winner of that fight, definitely, I want the
Mm,
winner of that fight.
mm,
I do feel like I'm a top contender in the flyweight division. I've proven it, many times, and I'm a big name in the division. I'm probably one of the biggest names in
mm.
the division, and that's just facts. He can be the champ, but I'm a bigger name, and So yeah, the winner of those two, I want next, and that's it.
It's a crazy division at 25. I mean, I know Tamilo, obviously, I've seen a bit about Gift and obviously followed
Yeah.
you as well. So, like, there's some crazy names in that 125-pound division and 135-pound division. So, you almost got your pick of which,
Yes, sir.
which you want to do. Almost like a hold your own, all the cards kind of situation.
It's true, man. It's true. Cause I don't want to throw his name in, but Magno Alves,
Yeah.
the Brazilian has been calling me out ever since, man, and ever since August he called me out. But basically, I called him out in April, and because I didn't get a fight, I was just angry, man, because no one wanted to fight, and I was like pushing Graham to get me a fight in April,
Mm,
and I called Magno out, and Magno was like, he's down, and still we didn't get to the fight. But I wouldn't mind just quiet and just silence Magno Alves.
mm,
But it depends. It depends. It depends how it's gonna play out in the division.
mm. Well, listen, man, if you want to go for two belts,
That's a goal.
that would be, yeah. I mean, that's very few people. Even I know a lot of people started doing it in EFC as well, but very few people have had the chance to actually do that. So, I mean, you got your pick, like I said.
Why not?
Yeah, why not, man?
Why not, my brother?
Tell me now. So what's your sort of like your backstory? Like, I know you're from Swellendam.
Yes, sir.
Um, what was your sort of intro into MMA fighting and all of that?
Yeah. So my friend actually, Butcher. I call him Butcher. His name is Andrew Jacobs. Shout out to him. He actually showed me this video of Connor. We were
Oh
grade
yeah.
10. We're sitting in class, and he was like, "Come check here, come check here." I'm seeing this promo video of Connor just whooping the guys left to right, and seeing him in his suits and shades on, and I'm like, "Wow, this guy is dope. I want to do that one day."
Mm,
But just played with it in my head, and after that, I was like, I got hooked to UFC and just started watching UFC every day. Started shadowboxing and all that type of stuff, and we decided that we're gonna do something that no one has ever done in Swellendam, and that's become MMA fighters.
mm,
And at that time, we were like, we don't care if we become champions or whatever. We just want to show people in Swellendam that you can go for passion. You don't always have to follow the system or whatever they say. Go be a teacher. Go be
mm,
that. Go study. You can go and go for passion. So I said to myself, I'm gonna do what I love. I'll rather struggle
mm.
and do what I love for 10 years straight on, and to do something, do a job that I don't love, sit in the office the whole day and just be on a computer the whole day. That's not
Yeah,
me.
someone else's dream.
Yeah, so I rather go chase not chase but manifest my dreams and my goals.
Mm,
And yeah, so after he showed that, we started beating each other up in the garage. We had a bag, two pair of gloves, some dumbbells, and we would just train every day.
mm,
And some people would be crazy. They go mad on us. Why you guys beating each other up? And we're going to be MMA fighters one day. We're going to
mm.
be, and they laughed at us. We go run early in the morning, 6 a.m., 5 a.m. Why you guys running so early? You must go to school and stuff. So we go to school. We just got to get this work in. We're going to be
Mm.
MMA fighters one day. We're going to be in the UFC. We're going to be in the EFC. We said it to them, and they were like,
Yeah,
I don't think
whatever.
so. I don't think so. So we finished school. And immediately I told my mom. I remember looking at I finished my last exam, and I told her, "Mom, I'm going to Cape Town next year." And I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm gonna go to Cape Town and really chase this career, man, of becoming a MMA superstar and do big things, man. And she said, "Okay," but
Mm,
I knew still, your mom was always gonna be like doubting and stuff a little bit. Because no one has done it in Swellendam. So we had to prove them wrong. We had to prove them that we can do it, man. You can do it. Doesn't matter where you come from, your upbringing. And my grandma supported me on this journey through the ups and downs, crying with her and stuff. And
mm.
she's always down. She's like, I'm your number one supporter. Whatever you want to do in life, go for it, and just know I'll be there for you no matter what happens. And we got here, and I remember the first day at this old gym we started it actually. We do grappling. We came for the jiu-jitsu class, and we grappling with these guys, and me and my boy Butcher's choking these beginners out. And they were like, "You guys done it somewhere. Which
Mm.
gym were you guys from? You lying to us?" And I'm like, "No, we just did this in the garage. Come on." So advanced guys come and we give them tough times. Obviously they choking us out and stuff, but we're giving them work. We're giving them work, and they're like, "No, these dudes done it before." I'm like, "Guys, we were literally in the garage, and just beating each other up.
Mm.
And that's what we did for like 3 years. And ever since we came here, um, we had to adapt to a lot of things, a lot of ups and downs, obviously, because you chose this journey.
Mm.
So I keep telling people, and I told them since back then, you don't have to feel sorry for me because I chose this. I knew it's gonna be hard. I knew it's gonna be tough times. Sleep with empty stomach here and there. Injuries. You can't go home and cry because you have an injury.
Yeah.
So I knew all of that stuff is gonna happen, and I just had to make the sacrifices. And here we are, man. Beautiful roller coaster of a ride.
Mm.
And all glory to God, man, for this.
Yeah, it's only sort of in a sense actually starting now, really.
Yes, sir.
Um, so when you guys were doing it in the garage, I mean, what were you like looking at YouTube videos or what were you doing? Like,
Yes, sir. Yes,
really,
sir. YouTube
what, like
videos.
Gracie instructionals or like B Team Jiu-Jitsu or
Yeah,
like what?
a little bit of just normal jiu-jitsu stuff because he was more into jiu-jitsu and he still
Okay,
is, and I was more
striking.
fascinated with the striking, with the Muay Thai, and I was like, yo, this looks nice.
Mm.
Elbowing someone in the face, but we never elbowed each other. We used to condition each other, and we would kick each other so hard, and we'll get some of our buddies also to come and train with us,
Test
and
themselves.
yeah, we beat each other up and kicking each other. Next day, your leg is messed up, scars in the neck and whatever, bruised up lip and stuff. But it made us today. We still owe his father a boxing bag though.
Oh, really? Just broke it one
we,
day.
we broke it one day and he told us, once you guys make some big money,
Yeah, you buy
buy
me
my
another
boxing bag.
one.
Yes, sir.
Did his father box at all, or was it just because of the setup that you guys had in the
Yeah.
garage?
His,
Is it?
his father didn't box. It was just a setup just to stay active.
Mm.
And yeah.
That's crazy though, man. Because like, there are a lot of people that taught themselves, and like, truth be told, I mean, now you'll see a lot of like famous gyms in Cape Town. They all pretty much most of them started out of the garage. I mean, that was, with the resources that they had at the time, with the number of people that they had at the time, that's what they had to do.
Thanks.
And a lot of successful people have come out of starting in the garage.
Yes, sir.
When you then moved to Cape Town, did you have anyone that you could stay with, or how did you go about doing that? Because that's still like, I mean, Swellendam's a small town,
Yes,
and
sir.
then going to like the big city, Cape Town. I mean, what was that
Yeah,
sort of transition like?
so we got here. His uncle, my boy Butcher's uncle, he helped us out at the time. He passed away. 2 years, 3 years ago, he passed away. But he helped us out with the place. Where we stayed. We stayed in, I think it was Bishop Lavis,
Mm,
and the gym was in O3, so we had to like adjust to all of that, taking taxis, taking a bus,
mm,
and um, yeah. So we basically we didn't stay long here. We didn't stay long. I got my first MMA fight 3 months into training,
wow.
and we got here February, and April I fought, and I was like, whew, this guy just threw me in the deep waters, and I was like, I'm gonna take it. This is what you want to do, so take it.
Mm,
And after that first fight, we had to leave because financial wise, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't know how to save up at the time, and,
mm,
and everything was just weird for us. We had to adjust and adjust. So we went back home, and I was there for another 6 months and just being crazy that side. I'm an MMA fighter now.
mm, yeah.
I met the girl that side also. The long story short, didn't end up well, so I came back, pursued this, and I stayed at the gym. And my boy Butcher came back as well afterwards, and we stayed at the gym ever since last year.
Mm,
We left that gym, and that's when but in the meanwhile, I found my coach Aiden, my wrestling coach and head coach at the time, and after we left that gym, we came to him, and here we are.
mm.
See,
How many amateur fights did you have?
I had 7 MMA.
Yeah.
I had three kickboxing fights, which I still regret taking
Why?
because they rob too much in kickboxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I don't love kickboxing anymore.
Yeah.
You were literally beating this guy up in front of his whole family, in front of his whole team. His father is the ref, his mom is a judge,
Yeah, and then
and
you
you
lose by
and you
points.
lose by points. And I was like, nah, this is not for me anymore. Like leave kickboxing, focus on MMA.
Mm.
And I had a pro M Muay Thai fight as well. And yeah, 7 MMA fights as an amateur, seven
Sure.
and 0, yes.
And then from there, going to the EFC? What was the? How did you go about doing that?
So I went through a little phase. And I
Okay.
went through a little phase after my first professional fight I had against Fuya Chula at this other organization. And I don't know if you know Omega. They were at the time
No, I haven't
they
heard.
started. So I
Okay.
had my first pro fight
Is it
there.
here in Cape Town or?
There was Joburg.
Okay.
So I had my first fight there with them, and after that, I split up with the gym I was in, and I went through some stuff. And like I said, my coach Aiden was there, and he said, "Okay, the only way for you to get over this whole emotional thing you have going on is to get you signed by the EFC and get you a fight." So I left in October, and in August and September, and got me a contract, and called Graham and tell Graham, check, yes, short notice, my guy's in.
Okay. So
And
you started with the EFC on
yeah,
short notice and
yep.
won
So
the title on short notice.
we got the first fight in September against Gortners.
Mm.
Gortners in Slovo. It was a crazy vibe when I walked in there the Wednesday. I think it was a Tuesday for media. It was a weird vibe. I was like, is this the PI?
Mm.
Is that Graham? I used to message him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And actually speaking with him and Simon and everyone there in Cairo is having a nice chat with him. I was like, damn, I'm really here, man.
It's almost like you're seeing yourself in the situation. It's like you're watching it from an outside perspective, eh?
Facts, manifesting it, and it happened. I just flowed with the media and got to see my opponent at the weigh-ins, and I got the job done. I
Mm.
got the job done in the first round. TKO, he's a tough dude. There's much respect to God knows, nice a nice young lad. So yeah, but EFC has been treating me well, man, ever since I started there.
Dude, Dave, the stuff that EFC's been doing now. I mean, I watched the EFC one back in, I forget now, is it 2010 or 11, I think. I remember when they still announced EFC, and then it was like really good in the beginning.
Mm.
And then I don't know, I lost interest, I guess, in MMA as a whole. So it wasn't just EFC. So I like kind of sporadically looked at the stuff, sort of in the middle period. And then I really started to follow EFC again now lately. And like when I chatted to Graham as well, like the production value, I mean, the fights themselves, everything that they're doing is like to a whole different level now.
Facts.
So I mean, I can imagine like being a South African fighter right now, having that platform. It's like mind blowing, man.
It's a dream come
But
true, man.
but now with the media stuff though, like were you nervous the first time? Because like I'm sure when you did your previous fights, maybe like, I don't know what the attendance would have been,
Mm.
but like all of a sudden they're like, okay, here's a microphone, go talk, and there's just lights and cameras and stuff on you.
Sure, man. I remember the first interview I did on media day. So Graham is calling me, and I'm standing there, and Simon and all the media people ask me questions, and I'm literally standing, and my legs is
Yeah,
going
oh
like that.
shit. Okay.
I'm standing there, and I'm like, can they see I'm shaking on camera right now? And I make eye contact with my coach, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm embarrassing
What
myself
was
here.
his face like?
His face was just chilled, like
Oh, that's good.
he's
As long
always
as he
like,
wasn't looking
yeah,
at you like, you
yeah.
know.
But I just flowed into it,
Mm.
like I adapt, like I always do in the fights as well. Like in life, I adapt. So I just had to adapt because I've been doing these interviews with myself since I was 16, man.
Mm.
I wash, I put my recorder on, I just start speaking like I'm speaking with someone. I used to picture a lot Simon Stevens interviewing me and stuff, and I would tell him like, yeah, I'm the next up and coming guy and stuff. So I was like, okay, you did that back then, so why not do it here now?
Yeah.
It's here, take it. So I just flowed with it, man. And yeah, some interviews get tough here and there, but it's just how you adapt to it, man.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
comfortable there.
and you're naturally like charismatic and comfortable talking and
Yes,
stuff like
sir.
that in any event. So I'm sure you're nervous in the beginning, but then like if it's a natural gift, it will take over.
Yes,
Like I
sir.
mean, it will sort itself out in a sense, basically.
Yeah. Like,
So yeah, man. So now I saw also there was the people in Swellendam did a mural for you on one of the walls, right? Was that at
mm,
your school or was that in the town, like town
yep.
itself?
Yes, it's as you come in, just over the train station, and you go over, and it's like a wall in the community where I stay in, like the Kasi, the
Mm.
ghetto type of side
Yeah.
of Swellendam, and they did something nice there, man. And shout out to Donovan for doing that, man. He even did a Sia. lately.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I saw you posted that.
He
Yes,
did Sia
yes.
lately, and
That one
it
was
was
sick.
amazing. So we're
Yeah.
trying to get Sia there to come also.
Good luck with that.
Yo,
I mean, not that I don't think he doesn't want to. I think it's just he's so busy. Like, and like
yeah,
they've got those guys have got so much going on. But that would be sick if you could get him.
that would be dope.
Yeah.
And I was even like tagging Sia into that post, and I was like, "Oh, Sia don't
Please
even
see
know
it.
me.
Yeah.
He don't even know me."
Mm.
But hopefully one day y'all know me. Hopefully one day.
Yeah, I'm sure,
But yeah,
bro.
but it's amazing, man. When I saw that, even my coach, we went like, "Whoa, this is amazing. This is amazing." And I saw then when I went back home that Wednesday, like the love, man, and I
Mm.
saw the messages, and I was like, the people are really waking up now, man.
Mm.
In the beginning, there wasn't a lot of people. They didn't know MMA. I didn't. I'm not saying they didn't support me or they didn't like me, or, but it's just them understanding fighting now and seeing what MMA does, and it builds character. It changes lives, and if I can do it, you guys can do it also. Whatever they want to do, you know.
Mm.
So seeing that was amazing, man. And so every time I'm gonna go back home, I see my face and I'm gonna be
Mm.
like, "That's me, guys."
Yeah, inspire the next
Yes,
generation.
that's the thing.
Is Swellendam like a tough place to for or like to get people inspired to do stuff and try to like I mean I can imagine MMA like you say you guys are the first people
Yes, so
to really do stuff like that in Swellendam, but like was it tough like growing up there or like what was growing up there like?
yeah. So I grew up on a farm. That's like say 45 minutes outside of Suriname. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
Most of my life as a young guy, you know, as a youth. I went to school there on the farm as well, and I stayed with my grandparents. And my mom was in Swellendam at the time, and she worked there at a hotel at the time. She worked there, and so she would come every second week and come visit us. Now me and my sister, and so growing up there and moving to Swellendam eventually when I finished primary school to high school was like weird because you know on the farm you don't pay for electricity.
Mm.
When you get to the town side, you gotta pay for electricity, you
Yeah,
gotta
put
pay
it in
for
the
water,
box.
all of that stuff. So and I was like, damn, this is really happening here, man. What's going on? I had to adapt, and I tried to fit in a lot also in high school. You know, seeing that guy with that nice sneakers, I was like, damn, I don't have that type of sneakers. You know,
Mm.
my people can't buy that, so I have to work for my stuff. Where he can just tell his mom and dad and they buy it. So I wanted to fit in a lot, you know, as a teenager coming up. And I realized that don't fit in, man. Rather stand out, rather be yourself,
Mm.
you know, because what's the use you're gonna put up this persona the whole time trying to fit in? You're just gonna drain yourself. And I
Mm.
see that a lot happening. A lot of youths, young ones in high school nowadays are just pretending.
Mm.
They're not themselves. So I told myself I'm gonna be myself. But growing up there wasn't necessarily tough. It's just it's easy for the young guys to fall into the bad habits, man, and stay
Mm.
there because now they see that one is drinking and okay, I'm also gonna drink now. Or I'm also gonna smoke now. You know, I don't want to talk about don't do drugs and that type of stuff because um, it's out there already. You know,
Mm.
so yeah, but it isn't that tough. Suriname actually a nice place, man.
Mm.
It's a beautiful town. I would prefer everyone to go there if you want to go on holidays and whatever. Nice mountain, you can hike it, you know. I got some plugs there as well, some guest houses there.
Nice.
Shout out to the Riverbed guest house as well. They can sort you out. So again, I can speak to a few people that side for whoever want to go that side.
Mm. So do you think you'll go back a lot to like try to inspire people to do more, like and go talk at the school and do that kind of thing? Is that
Yeah,
like high on your agenda?
yeah, because I did one now recently that Wednesday when I went down, I went to go speak with the grade 12s, to give them inspiration for this last exam coming up. And I always picture myself doing stuff like that. But when I got there, you can ask my coach, man. The whole day I was nervous. I was like, Coach, come on, man. Let's stay here, man. Let's make an excuse. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, bro. Let's get in the car and just go down and go just speak out of the heart. And we went there and I saw them. I was like, the energy they gave me, I was like, nah, I'm gonna speak
Mm.
with them. I'm gonna be cool with them and trying to inspire them as much as I can. And I prayed works, I prayed worked because a few weeks ago for them, and they done and they into the next phase of their lives
Mm.
and becoming adults and into the real world, as they say.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it's we were talking about like now, like you were saying, like you're actually lucky that you got to, well, not lucky, or fortunate. I don't actually, I hate both words because like if you
Mm,
say lucky, it doesn't make it like,
yes,
you
sir.
know, it takes away from the person, but that you got to do what you want to do from such a young age and you knew that's what you wanted to do. Because like I've had this conversation with a lot of people as well. It's like you get into that matrix and then you're like working your 9 to 5 job and then you're like, well, this is stable, this is what I have to do, like I don't want to take any type of risks. Let me not go do something out of the ordinary because, you know, if it doesn't work out, I've got nothing to fall back on. But
Yes.
just as much as you don't have anything to fall back on per se, or it doesn't want to work out, or it can't work out pursuing your dreams, it can also not work out if you go that other route of the corporate route.
That's
And
facts.
it's important to go and actually like speak to people and say to them like, look, I'm living proof. I'm from here.
Mm.
I wanted to do something like MMA, which no one had done in Swellendam before. And I think it's really good that you're doing that and chatting to the sort of the next generation.
Appreciate it, bro. You know, just gotta. I want to be remembered as someone when I'm done. I want to be remembered, or when I'm gone one day. You know, I want to be remembered as someone that was real. You know,
Mm,
that inspired. You know, I don't. You don't have to look at me as a role model, because I don't do stuff that role model do. You know, or does. But I just wanna go down as a person that was real, who was caring and kind towards other people. You know,
mm,
and helped out where I can.
mm. And now we obviously we spoke about EFC a little bit earlier and stuff, but like obviously everybody wants to kind of make it to the
Yes, sir.
UFC route. Have you sort of mapped out a plan of what you want to do for the next couple of years to try to get there, or are you just taking it sort of one fight
Yeah,
at a time?
yeah. Like even every time I have to fight, immediately when I see Graham, I'm like, let's get me to the UFC. And he's like, take your time, relax, take it step by step. And I'm like, come on, boss man, you know I'm good for business.
Yeah.
You know it. How many times must I prove it? And even after this last one, I told him, it's on now, no? Now you know
Mm,
we gotta be in the UFC. And he's like, I know, but
relax.
step by step. I got a plan for you. I got a plan for him. So okay. I trust the boss man. He got Rickers there, he got Simon there. So
Mm,
no, I'm the next one. I'm the
mm,
next one heading to the UFC. So the contender series is there. You know, it all depends. It all depends how the year's gonna work out for me next year. I was gonna look which opponents I'm gonna take because I like to challenge myself. You know, I love challenging myself. I don't want easy fights. You know, but business move.
mm,
You know, if the boss man say take that guy to avoid that, what can I do? I'll say okay, cool. I'll follow you, boss man. You know,
mm,
so we can get to the UFC. And once we get there, it's all tough guys from there on out. And I'm gonna challenge myself, man. Once I get to the UFC and show people that nothing was spoon fed for me.
mm,
Everything I have, it's paid in full through hard work and prayer, and all my success I attribute it all to God, man. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here, man. I
mm.
wouldn't be here. I would probably would have done some other stuff now at the moment.
Yeah,
No.
100%. But they've got a, I mean, the EFC's got like is the best platform, the best stepping stone
Yes, sir.
to the UFC. And I think if Graham says now we got a plan, like it's good to wait,
Yes, sir.
to go with what he's planning. But on a personal like point of view, is there anything else you want to sort of do in South Africa, like in fighting? Like, do you want to prove anything else before you end up going and testing yourself?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, everyone knows this already. You know, I'm not gonna wait for you to throw it out. Everyone wants to see the Zulu fight.
Mm,
That's the biggest one. You know, I remember 16-year-old and making that interviews, doing the interview stuff like I did back then. I would always like trying to
call
go
him
at it
out.
with Zulu boy, like me and him fighting, and now it's here. He's calling me out. You know, he says I called him out. I never
Mm.
called him out. He's calling me out. He's calling me names, calling me a bum, a coward, all this and that on social media. But face to face, when I saw him, he didn't say shit, man.
Mm,
So, but that's a fight that's gonna happen. But it's gonna happen on my terms,
mm.
and it's gonna be something magical. It's gonna be a big one, and I'm looking forward to it, man.
Do you want that fight more than you want to avenge the lost to gift, or which one, like, out of the
Both.
two?
I want both, man.
Okay, so it doesn't matter which one comes
It
first,
doesn't
or
matter which one. It doesn't matter which one comes. I'm over guy of, but that 125 belt. I need that belt first. I
mm,
must get that belt first, and then I let him come down to flyweight.
Yeah,
because
because that's what he hasn't decided what he wants to do, eh?
he talks a lot, man. He talks a
Yeah,
lot. He just talks too much. I don't want to bash no one, man. That's not me.
yeah,
No,
true.
I'd rather say the stuff to your face, but
You're not bashing now. I mean,
yeah,
you're just saying,
facts, yeah.
yeah.
Him acting like that, it's weird, man. Just since when do Zulu Boy go on social media and comment
Mm,
and say stuff like that, But yeah, it is what it is. He's make weight, I'll even do this. I'll fight someone at 125. You fight someone at 125. You win, I win. Let's fight. I
mm,
even gave him that, and he still didn't. So he's just talking too much, man. Zulubo is
mm.
just jabbing his mouth too much. The haters cause the ain'ters.
Yeah,
Shout out Magum.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
said it.
the thing is though is like I think from his because like I mean obviously I don't know him at all. I've never spoken to him. I mean I remember seeing him back on that what is it, the Ultimate Fighter
Mm.
way back when. I think from his point of view probably like obviously one when you talk a lot of shit, it's to build hype and it's to maybe get under someone's skin
Mm.
where they weren't gonna fight you and now they're like nah man I need to smash this guy because now
Yeah.
he's talking so
Yeah,
much
yes,
shit.
sir. Yes, sir.
But I think he's keeping both options open. This is my personal opinion.
Mm.
135 and 125 to try to get two belts, and once you have two belts in the EFC, that's like the quickest way to go through
Yes, sir.
to the
Sorry.
UFC. So that's probably what he's trying to do. It's smart. I mean, it's let's be honest, like it's a smart plea. But
This one move.
look, I'm not a fighter, so I know a lot of fighters. Like when I spoke to Don Madge, bro, the first time he was saying that I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jadson Costa.
Mm.
Like there's quite a bit of bad blood between them, and then Jadison was talking so much shit. They fought, and then it was done. And then like he wanted to shake his hand afterwards in the hospital, and Madge was like, "Not a chance, bro. This is like real life to me. Like I
Mm.
don't play this
Facts,
entertainment
facts.
shit. So, but I mean, for him, it's that's probably what he's trying to do is trying to get the two belts or at least fight for the two belts because then from there you can put a big push through to say like, hey, look, UFC, I've got two belts. I mean, Champion Dolce did it, Dricus did it, so that is kind of like the fastest way to try to go back to the UFC.
Yeah. But he's not getting that gift fight. He's not getting that fight. Gift already said it.
Mm,
At the 107 presser, he said he's not going to fight Zulu Boy. So that leaves the option, That leaves the option. My thing is this: if he can fight someone at 125, let me get the 125 belt. Whoever wins, Kifto to Melo. I
mm.
fight them. I get the belt. Then means Zulu Boy can fight. That's how I see it.
You need to know you can actually make the weight.
Yeah, because he comes here, don't make weight, and talk all this stuff, but you can't make weight. Come on,
And you're fighting a 130 odd pounder instead of a 125 pounder.
cut 40% of his purse.
That's not enough. I feel like. I feel like
50.
yeah. Look, I know like in UFC they do 30. I think they might have upped it to 40. But like you look at a guy like Cameron Forte, Christian Rodriguez.
Mm,
I mean the guy's 140 pounds, and you can't tell me. I mean a lot of people are like yeah, but it's not such a big advantage or whatever. That's bullshit.
that is.
In the grappling exchanges, like you said now, you felt so much stronger at 135 versus 125.
Yes, sir.
So now imagine you were fighting someone at 125 that's dehydrated themselves to get there, not as strong as what they would be at 35, and you just get to stay basically at 130, 135.
Yes,
That's a
sir.
massive, massive advantage.
Massive.
Yeah. Now, we were talking about favorite fighters and stuff like that. You were saying Izzy. I didn't get your full like your full response about it. I mean, like, what did you make of his retirement? We were still like busy talking about it a little bit earlier there.
Yeah, of course. His retirement, like I said, I don't. He just no. You have all this. You have it all, man. He has it all. He's done what he needed to do. In the sport of MMA, and I think he just needs some time to just be him, be out of the media a little bit, out of the public, and just find himself again. Because
Mm,
he still got it. I'm not gonna say the hunger's gone because of the money, whatever. Floyd made lots of money, but he still fought. He
mm,
still fights. So that's his decision at the end of the day. I respect him as a fighter for doing that. Because your well being is very important. Because fighting is a mental it's I gonna say, man, mental fatigue. It fatigues
mm.
the
It's like a
mind
mental
also.
battle as well,
Yes, yeah,
rather than just a physical.
yeah. I want to watch his documentary also, man.
Yeah,
Ah, just seeing him being vulnerable and emotional, and
yeah.
I love that type of stuff.
Mm,
Behind the scenes where people don't see that stuff a lot. You know, all they want to see is we punch each other in the face for 25 minutes
Mm.
or 15 minutes. That's all they want to see.
Mm.
They don't see the behind the scenes. But nah, I think it's a good move from Izzy, man. He's done it all. But whenever he comes back, you know, I'll still support him. I'll still
Mm.
show him love.
I was chatting to Drikus the other day and saying like it's maybe even just a like this whole Strickland thing was crazy, dude. Like that Strickland just came up, no one gave him a chance. He ends up winning the title, throws a span in the works. But I was just saying to Drikus the other day, like it might be a blessing in disguise because now Drikus goes and wins the belt. Let's say against Strickland, he calls the shots. Izzy's then had his time off. Let's say a year off or whatever. He might be feel like mentally I'm ready to go. Drikus calls the shots. He's got the title and goes, cool, let's do it now. Now you get to have that big fight that
Mm,
everybody wanted to see. Because I mean, like we said, Izzy is probably like for me he's the second best middleweight of all time. I still think Anderson Silva's number one.
okay.
Other people will disagree with me,
Yeah.
but that fight was on course to do, and it's like us as South Africans, we get to see one of our own like
Yes,
up there,
sir.
you know.
That was gonna be massive. Yeah, I just if DDP wasn't injured and he took the fight in Australia with Izzy, yo, I would have been massive.
I think it was trending. Apparently, it was trending as big as Conor and Habib before the when they had that cage out
Mm.
moment.
No, you see that picture that had to happen.
Mad.
Strickland didn't have to come in easy, trickers, Australia. That would have been massive.
Yeah, and then we have UFC Africa after that.
Yeah, of course.
That would have been cool, eh?
Let's get that in over here in Africa.
Yeah, they should bring it to Cape Town, though. I reckon.
Yeah, it's the Cape Town Stadium.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be closed roof, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe they can make something happen.
Have a PI.
Yes, sir.
Have a PI come through, man. Yeah, that would be really cool. Now, if you do fight Gift, so we spoke a little bit about Zulu, but if you fight Gift again, well, let's say because you don't know who's. I mean, if Tamelo and Gift fight next, but if you were to fight Gift again, what did you learn from that first fight, and like what type of changes do you think you'd make, if any?
It's just trusting my grappling, trusting my wrestling, my especially the defensive side of it, trusting that more, cause it's I'm not gonna. It's almost like every time we say stuff, it's almost like we make excuses. I
Mm,
was injured like 2 weeks into my fight camp,
mm,
injured the way I couldn't grapple, and I was like, okay, I had a triangle position, and I'm like, if I go for this triangle now, in my head, in that moment, in my head, I'm like, I go for this triangle, I blow my legs out, I'm gonna strike, All that scenarios played out in my head, but I was
mm,
like, nah, but I don't think like that again. My coach told me, don't ever think like that again. Trust yourself, and whenever you see opportunity, go for it. I even went to grab his neck and went for guillotine. I was like,
mm.
okay, you're the guy who choke people out. I'm trying to choke you
Yeah,
out, and I
with your own
slipped out.
move.
I was like, shit. Now I
Yeah.
have to go for different submissions. But the triangle, I get everyone. Whoever I grapple with, I get them in a triangle.
Mm,
You can say maybe 6 out of 10 times I can get anyone in the triangle,
mm,
especially in my guard. So I knew that I'm good in my guard, and I shouldn't give up my back. Don't give up your back so easy, and just keep on moving, keep on. The moment you just stay there,
yeah.
it's they leading the way now. I just had to. Now I know what to do, man. I know
Mm,
I can beat Gift. I know I will beat Gift again.
mm.
Now I will beat him.
What was the injury that you had in that camp? Have you disclosed it? Can you
Yeah.
disclose it?
The thing is,
I mean, like, if you can't say, you don't have
yeah,
to
yeah.
say,
I will say it. I'll speak off
Yeah, you can
cameras,
tell
off
me off
cameras, off
camera for what
cameras,
it
off
was.
cameras. Otherwise Graham is gonna be angry.
Okay. Maybe we need to cut that whole bit out about the.
uh,
Nah, but it's cool, whatever.
I know
If we have
everyone
to.
goes into fights with injuries.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
Even Gift was injured.
Mm,
He was injured also. We all go to injuries. I injured my knees. I injured my knees. Both my knees. My toe as well. My toe was. I don't know if it was broken or something.
mm,
But every time I would get in grappling situation, it just hurts.
yeah.
And I said, and my knees as well. And I said to my coach, chicken man, I said, F this MMA sparring. Let's just try and keep it on the feet. And if the defense is there, I'll just try and defense with my hips and get my underhooks and stuff. And that's basically
Mm,
the injuries I had. But it's all
damn.
fixed now.
Okay, that's good. I mean, the first time you get injured, especially, like knees, ankles, and stuff like that, the first time you get injured, it's a mental thing as well, because you keep thinking, like, shit, I don't want to be weak on this
Yeah.
thing or have it snap or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that. So I can fully understand, like, in the fight where there's situations where you're like, yeah, it's like in that split second, you got to make that call.
You gotta make that call, man. And
Mm,
he didn't feel so strong. Also, he didn't feel so strong, and it bugs me still to this day. Even though I have this, I'm like,
Mm,
but this is not my division. I wanted to do it at 107
mm,
in my division. You know, it still bugs me a little bit. But what can I do, man? I can just lick it.
mm,
Just lick the blows and just come back as a champion, man,
mm,
and get the job done. So whenever they fight, I'm next, and that's it.
mm.
I don't want to hear nothing. I'm next.
Yeah, no, I like that division, man.
I'll
The
even
125.
yeah, I'll even be the backup fighter. I'll
Yeah.
speak with Graham, put me as a backup fighter. I'll weigh in same day as them. If one must wait, whatever happens, I'm there.
Does the UFC have backups like that? Or
I don't think so. I don't think so. But the UFC is. But I feel like they must start doing it.
mm,
Speak with Graham. Tell him check it, do that from now on, man. Because a lot of guys pull out, especially
yeah,
main events.
I know.
Pull out like 2 weeks before the fight, 3 weeks before the fight. Now they must go ask this guy and that guy. Now this guy comes in off the couch, and doesn't put up a show. I'm just
Mm,
saying, man.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, but yeah, get. They must start doing it, man.
Mm.
And
Look, I mean, it's obviously working for the UFC. So, I mean, if they could do it here locally, I don't know what the contract negotiations would then be if they were like to have to call up somebody and be like, okay, cool, like you need to come fight on like 10 days notice, whatever it is. But I think it's a good thing to have because it's actually genius by the UFC for doing that.
yes,
Because
sir.
I mean, like you saved the card, like you said, on 10 hours notice. But imagine like you were like, nah, I can't, or like there's nothing. I mean, what are they
Yes, sir.
supposed to do then?
Yeah, they probably would have. I don't know what they would have done. I really don't know.
There's nothing they
They
can do. I mean, ten
probably
hours
just
notice.
cut off the main event and put the co-main event as a main event.
Mm,
But yeah, it happened. We got it done. No, 10 hours, 10 days. Even if they know what they have to call me now, I'll take it.
mm,
I'll take it.
yeah. And outside of MMA, what other stuff you got going on at the moment?
I'm just trying to get my merch going out. Get my clothing brand going out and stuff like Panther brand, get Balelo brand, get it out there. So we're working. I met up with my guy Ati in the week, and just a few things in the pipeline for next year,
Mm.
and just trying to get nail some more sponsors. Get nail some more sponsors to come on board and on this journey, and just do big things from there on out. And I actually want to open up my own coffee shop as well. So
Oh, nice.
still gotta get get into that. Some people gotta teach me first how things
Yeah.
go. My coach is a businessman, and most of my circle is business people. So I'm trying to learn from them,
Mm.
and they tell me this and that happened. There's a lot of stress also in business. So having
A
your own
hundred
business.
percent.
So yeah, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited what the future holds for me, man. I'm excited.
It's good to do your own thing outside of MMA. You know, a lot of people just want to do the MMA part and like don't know that one, there's not a future after MMA, but two, also like, let's be honest, for a lot of athletes, it's not just in South Africa, but well, I don't 100% know the situation in South Africa, but like in the UFC, a lot of people complaining about not getting paid enough in the UFC, or like Logan Paul getting paid 20 million to box, and then I think Paulo Costa complained, and then Dana White was like, bro, just why don't you start a YouTube channel when you were 14? Like, do your
Yes,
own thing
sir.
outside,
Yes, sir.
business wise and things like that, and it's smart, dude. Set it up as soon as you can
Yes,
and
sir.
as quickly as you can. So what you got? You got the clothing brand, and then is there anything else?
That's basically it for now, but also I want to go into investments and stuff, properties, all that type of vibe, and
Mm,
so first I gotta make that UFC money. I gotta turn
yeah,
that E into a U.
into you, yeah.
Yes, sir. So, but let's see. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm chilled. I'm patient, and whenever, whenever the UFC decides or God decides I'm ready for the UFC,
Mm.
I'll be there.
Would you do like a UAE Warriors or one of those before? Do you think you just is there any opportunity or are you
Yeah,
set on UFC for
yeah.
now?
I had talks with this one guy's agent, and he wanted to get me like a few fights in UAE this year. And like I said, sponsor wise, no, I didn't have sponsors at the time to like,
Make it
so
happen.
yeah, make it happen for me to just book my flights and this and that. And I also got this one guy agent who came to me with the one FC one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lupine and one FC Lupine and as but the fight with Gift was already like thrown out. Graham already threw it out the Friday,
Mm.
and I get the message from this guy. I'm not gonna pronounce his name, but
Huh.
he knows who he is, and so I got
Yeah.
his. He DM'd me and like, I got your fight here, whatever, August, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm fighting in September. You know, I would love to take this opportunity, but still I also had to sort out my own book my own flights and accommodation and all that type of
Do you
stuff.
have to pay for that yourself or?
Yeah. So
Oh,
he said
really?
he said I just had to get myself there, get myself to Thailand, and from there on out, he'll just assist us from there on out. So I had to like, sort this out. But it was such a rush, man.
Mm.
There was a rush. Everything was a rush. But we never know. We never know. UAE, LFA, 1F, 1FC, you never know.
Damn, I didn't know you had
I'm
to
not
pay your own flights to get to the place.
crazy. Yeah. He's agent. So I was just like, okay, this guy is probably just want to get his cut from the
Mm.
stack. So he's out there hustling. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That's why I got to stay at 80.
Mm. You don't want to go all the way there, and then you have either opponent miss weight or you get screwed in the decision again, like you were talking
Yo.
about kickboxing.
That's why I don't do kickboxing. I'm just like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy, man.
but it's a good time. I mean, like we were saying earlier, it is a really good time because you got a lot of options now as South African fighters. I mean, look at the number of people fighting in Brave, in one, in UAE Warriors themselves as
Yes,
well.
sir.
I mean, it's opportunities that people didn't have before. So there's many routes, like, but I still think, to be honest with you, I still think the best route is like EFC champion, defend it a couple of times, or then go for a second belt, and
Yes,
that's like
sir.
the best route through to the UFC.
Yeah, double champ status for
Mm,
sure.
no, for sure. So, man, tell me, any last sort of words you want to say to the people at home, or any like any inspiration you want to give them
Yeah,
before we
and I
head
just
off?
wanna just say, I just wanna thank everyone who's supporting me on this journey. I know I say this after every interview, but I just wanna give that's at least I can do for you guys because you guys support me. I just appreciate you guys, my coaches, my team, my family. No, I gotta keep them together. That circle, I gotta keep them together. That's at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But the family, my team, like I said, they matter. That's the people that matter. So I just want to give a shout out to them all and sponsors who came on board for all the fights. Appreciate you guys and yeah, big things in the pipeline for us. So fingers crossed we get that UFC call. They know I contain the series, but like I said, step by step, I'm patient. I'm chilled, and I'm gonna keep on doing me and getting better.
Yeah, 100%. Just stay true to what you've been doing, and it's been working obviously till now. So,
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to seeing. Obviously, like Tumelo's friend of the show as well. So, like, I'm looking forward to see what happens with you. Big fan of your fighting style. Obviously, big fan of Tumelo's fighting style and Gift Walker's fighting style. So, for us fans, between the three of you guys going for that belt, it's gonna be something special to see.
Yes, sir.
And I actually think all three of you probably this is the first. You're gonna be in the UFC one day in any
Yes,
event.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
that'd be what a crazy story that would be.
Massive.
Mm.
No, yeah, that's why Zulu Boy wants a piece of us.
Yeah, I know.
He, he sees that this guy's are legit. So, and yeah, talk about Zulu Boy, man. He's
Yeah,
probably talking about me now.
100%. Now, Terence, I appreciate it, man. Thank you
Pleasure,
so
my
much. It
brother.
was good to have you.
Cheers, man.
Shot,
Appreciate it,
shot.
man.